In this video, I'm going to be making Instant Pot cheesy chicken and potatoes, and I'm going to serve that with sauteed zucchini and yellow squash. And the cheesy chicken and potatoes is an easy one-pot dish. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be notified when there's new videos. Comments welcome. Thank you. Here's a quick list of ingredients, or you can check out the description below. So to get started, I'm going to weigh out my potatoes. I'm using Russet potatoes, or you can just basically, I guess, use about, turns out 4 medium potatoes, £1.5 pounds. And I just wash those and trim out any bad spots. All right, now we're ready to get going in the Instant Pot here. So we got a cup of chicken broth, and I use the better than bouillon for this. Salt and pepper. Paprika, garlic, mix that up a little bit. Alright, next up I'm going to dice up an onion, just using a medium white onion, fairly small dice. Of course, that's up to you. Okay, now the chicken. And for the chicken, we're using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. That's about the best to use, I think, for this. But you can also use breasts or whatever. But you do want it boneless and skinless. Well, I guess you could cook it in there with the bones, but I don't know if it'll cook in the time. But for the recipe, at least, you want boneless, skinless. And you just chop this up into bite-sized pieces, and I'm trimming off any extra fat. In this case, there are actually a couple of bones left on the edge. Now, one cool thing about this Instant Pot recipe is it basically cooks the potatoes separate from the chicken and the gravy that are cooking in the bottom. And I use this this steamer basket. You can use a metal one too. I just have this silicone one, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to cut the potatoes up into, kind of big bite-sized chunks, and I'm just leaving the skin on. But you can, of course, peel them if you like. I think all the vitamins and fiber are in the skin, so I usually like to leave it on. And keeping them separate is kind of nice because they're not going to turn into mush. You just will mix up the gravy at the end and then just kind of stir the potatoes in, and so they'll still be pretty much intact. And we're not cooking them for very long, so they'll still be, so they won't be, mushed up. So in fact, we're putting the Instant Pot here for only 5 minutes, and that'll cook the whole thing. Chicken perfect, and the potatoes perfect as well. Okay, so for the side dish, I'm doing the sauteed zucchini and yellow squash. It's a really simple dish, just cook it in a frying pan, one pan. So 2 of each, and just cut them into like equal size, bite-sized pieces. Okay, so for the cheese sauce / gravy, calls for 1.5 cups of sharp cheddar, and so that's what I've got actually this time. I think the sharp is best to use for this, but you could use just regular mild cheddar if you want, or whatever. Might be good with pepper jack too. Usually 8 ounces is about 2 cups. I actually ended up with 1.75 cups, but that's okay. little extra cheese never hurts. Okay, we'll start working on the sauteed squash here. So we got like a tablespoon of butter and then some olive oil. Get the pan hot. Okay, so the Instant Pot's ready. So you want to let it sit for 5 minutes after it's done, and then you can do the quick release. You can let it sit longer, but you want to let it sit for at least 5 minutes. Let that meat relax a little bit. Okay, once all the steam's released, you can open it carefully, of course. Don't want to get burned. And we can see we got our potatoes, and they're all nicely cooked. And they're all self-contained there in the steaming basket. And there's our nice cooked chicken and broth down there. And of course the chicken has released some of the fat that was left, and it's all very nice smelling at this point. Really smells good. Okay, so now we're going to mix up a quick roux here, and then we're going to use some melted butter, and it's a 1/4 cup of melted butter and 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. It's a little different way to make a roux. Just mix it right in the melted butter, and not cooking it in the pan. Mix that up really good. Don't want any lumps. Okay, let me dump that in. As long as our broth is hot and the roux is cold, we're good. We won't get any lumps. And then a cup of milk. Get that in there. Now using the saute function on the Instant Pot to bring this up to a light boil, so it'll start to thicken up. Okay, so it's been going for a little bit now. Not too long, but it's starting to thicken. So start adding in the cheese. You kind of just want to gradually dump it in and then stir that around till it melts. If you dump it all in at once, it'll just make a big clump, and then it'll take longer to melt down completely. Alright. Now we definitely got a nice cheesy sauce. Give that a little taste, see how we're doing on seasoning. And I think the seasoning's good, so I'm not going to add anything. So next step, once it's thick enough, or the desired consistency, then we'll add our potatoes in. You can see they're still fairly firm, but they're nice and soft in the middle, so stir that in together. There we go. Just put the lid on and let it stay hot. Okay, now that I got the chicken and potatoes done, what I do with the sauteed zucchini and yellow squash. Pan's hot as well, so we're ready to go. Basically what you want to do with this is you want to let it sit. After you first dump it in, let it sit, try to get it brown on the one side at least, and then you can just start stirring it around and sauteing it. And I'm going to go ahead and add salt and pepper right here, because I think it works better when you add it at the beginning and stir it around, get it mixed in there. Gives it some time to soak in, at least with the salt. Okay, it's starting to cook pretty good here. We'll stir that around good. Just keep doing that. Keep watching it, stirring it. And now I think it's starting to look pretty good. I taste one, and it's getting softened up enough, but still a little crunchy. Alright, I think we're ready with that. Okay, so we got our extra mini buffet tonight. Just our sauteed zucchini and yellow squash. Looking good. Steaming, and our cheesy chicken and potatoes. Here's my plate. Got a bowl of cheesy chicken and potatoes and the side of the sauteed squash. There we go, nice and creamy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be notified when new videos are posted.